first hour of trading live on Twitch. Link for that is in the description down below. Also have a very active Discord with a lot of great traders in there. Please join us. Link for that is also in the description of the video. Let's get into the trades. Here's the first trade of the day. So Baba had some really bad news out being looked at by the Chinese government for being a monopoly, basically. So I was kind of looking at the opening range on this thing. Opening range kind of gave me this out of the gates here. And as it started coming back down, I thought, okay, it's probably, first off, it gapped down quite a bit, and there was really no buyers, for no love there. So the other option is down, and I thought if it broke low a day, it would start a dumpster fire. And so I went short as it looked like it was coming down to break low a day. It finally did break low a day, but it didn't dump hard. So I took small profit on it. I shorted it right here inside this candle. Sorry, inside this candle. Shorted it with puts. 409. I took 20 of them, and a minute later I covered for just shy of 30-cent win, or wait, is it 35-cent win, 34-cent win on half, and then 6-cent win on the other half. So small profit, but good enough to start the day. 26.30. Man, you gotta think it's bad when a Chinese company is gonna get investigated, right? Get half off of that. The rest off. Gap up, stuck the gap on a pullback, and then today was candle over candle. And I was looking for that move on the candle over candle in the daily chart. So kind of choppy out of the gates here, kind of created some levels, went high a day, got a pullback candle, and I played the pop pullback and then candle over candle break. So the break of the pullback candle sending me through high a day. That's the trade I took. I entered in at 162.84. So right here, and sold on the other side of 163. That whole dollar break is really all I was looking for. It did run up into the Bollinger Band, is what I sold into. I got filled at 163.15 and 163.10 on the way out. Over 82 on Peloton. Yep, take it. It's a break, 91. It's 91. Come on, break it. This is your moment. There you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Break 90. Yes, yes. Now 58 is where we want to go. Selling half. In that Bollinger Band. Mm-hmm. Oof. The rest. We could fill in the rest. Candle, under candle continuation. I took puts again on this. I entered in when it went candle under candle, and I was looking for it to break this level. And you know, there's a 2 billion share float, so it doesn't act typically. It doesn't act the same as the stocks that I typically trade, which is probably under 100 million in the float. It just doesn't move fast, and you know, at this point in time, we didn't know Baba was going to go to $216. I thought there was a high possibility that it bounced from these levels and filled the gap. But so I was very hesitant to hold and see if it could just go through here, because it could have just put in a double bottom and rip on me. But I entered in for a short again with puts, just kind of creeping down here, And it gets to this level, and it kind of bounced immediately. And I was like, oh, great, here we go. This is the time it's going to bounce and go netty to the top side. So when I actually exited this for a small loss, entered in basically $3, sold the first lot for $10 win, and then the second lot for like a $50 loss. So it wasn't huge, but if I held another minute, I got the break that I was looking for, and it did end up getting a decent sized bounce. It wasn't in the candle I was, but again, if I didn't feel comfortable in the trade anymore, the right thing to do, get out, just wait for something else. And again, I knew that the potential was for this thing to just rip higher. It didn't have to keep going down. It certainly did, but yeah, didn't do what I thought I was going to do when I thought it was going to do it. Cut it loose, move on. So this is the first candle under candle. See what it does. So far, it's reacting well. Low day break, so I'm looking for. $225.64. Oh, no bounce, no bounce, no bounce. It's gonna go now. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Nope. 226, still fighting. There we go. There you go. Look at that bounce. Jeez. Why is the chart doing that? Trade was on CEI. This one was basically the only low float stock that was gapping up today. They're buying a part of another company. It's not news I typically like. I don't know why these low floaters pop on news that they're buying another company. Doesn't tend to work out well for them, but they seem to always pop and then sell off. That's kind of what we had here. Big pop up. It gapped up to, from $1.80 to, almost $1.50 today. And it's just been down ever since. But intraday kind of saw what I thought was going to be a reversal pattern on this thing. So it started to go down. You had the drop, you had the bounce, you had the candle under candle, you had the bounce, you had the candle under candle, and then you had candle over candle here. And so it failed continuing the move down. It didn't break the low a day again. So I was thinking, okay, maybe this break right here, this 1-2 points of contact horizontal, if it broke, I would get a pop and maybe a reversal, and maybe it would go nutty, and I don't know. So I was going to play for the break there. So I went long when it was looking at like that 135 was about to break. I took 4,000 shares at basically 135, and I got the pop. It did pop up, and it stalled immediately. With that kind of setup, I want to see a move towards high a day at the very least. Since we're only, 5 cents from that, 10 cents from that area. And it just stalled. Price action stalled. And when I saw it stall, the first bullish setup, and the bulls didn't do anything with it, I got out immediately. I got out at 138 and 137. So small win, and it was the right call because immediately after I got out, dumpster fire. And it just hasn't looked back since. So, got to read the candles, got to know, got to get a feel for momentum. You got to know that's, if it's a great setup and it doesn't do anything, get out, because the opposite usually does happen. Try this 135. There's the 135 break. Does it move at all? Not used to the CEI being so thickly traded. High day potential, maybe? Maybe? Don't want to see it stall here. Sitting half. Stalling. Alright, out. So this next trade was on Baba. Again, Baba breaking the levels, got the candle under candle breakdown again. What I was looking for is the bounce candle, which happened right here, and then a candle under candle. That's all I was looking for. Right there, candle under candle, and the goal is to go low a day again. And that's what I was looking for. I got in for that low a day break. What happened? I took puts this time again. What happened is we got a failed move. And my stop loss is, if I'm going short, my stop loss is always the first candle over candle, which happened right there, and I stopped out. In this case, the bounce happened pretty quickly, and I was able to get out just before it got there, because you can kind of see what happened. Got a pretty decent bounce, and I'm not holding through that for sure. This is a 1 minute play. I need to have a 1 minute stop. Got the drop, got the bounce, got the candle under candle entry. Didn't go anywhere. I get out as it's moving back up. So I took puts, got in at 850, out at 818, 32-cent loss-ish, somewhere in there. Yeah, decent loss. Baba, is there a 1 minute player? Yeah, 24.77. Nope. Thought I was going to do it. Nope. APL. It was a big runner yesterday, so I was thinking maybe it could go in today. It started going down early on today, and I was looking at this. I'm like, oh, well, I got 1, 2, 3, almost 4, 3.5 points of contact, right? Descending trend line. I was thinking, oh, if we get the break, maybe that reverses, and then we get the craziness that we saw yesterday. Yesterday it went from $20 to like $35. It's insane. So I was thinking, maybe this would be a reversal setup, and then today it can also go insane. So when it broke this resistance line, I took it long. I got in at 33.39. Pretty bad fill now that I look back on it. Almost the top of this candle. And it just didn't get any momentum. So when I take a long position off a breakout, my stop loss is usually, almost always, the first. So in this case, I went long. My stop loss is going to be the first candle under candle. And it broke the level, came back into it, went candle under candle, and that's when I stopped out at 32.90. This is about a 50-cent loss, $1,000 loser. Breaking the diagonal. Failed move there. All right, so this next trade was on Tesla, and Tesla kind of breaking out on the daily chart a little bit. Daily candle over candles, what kind of got this thing going, and when that happens, it tends to, at these levels, tends to make moves towards maybe all-time highs, whatever. 650 was a big area for Tesla, and it got over that, and I really thought it'd open up. So at 10 o'clock is when I got into it here. We're breaking that 650 level around here, and I thought if we can clear it, it could really make a move, and I was right. So what I saw here is kind of there's two things, two ways to look at it. Is the 5 minute play is one way to look at it, which is just pop, pull back, and then candle over candle, just like I do the 1 minute setup, so you can do the 5 minute setup. The other way to look at it is kind of on the 1 minute chart. This is the breakout for the 5 minute candle over candle, and it's the same thing on the 1 minute, but kind of have like a W play is what I'm looking at. Either way, the breakout spot is still the same. Breakout spot is still the same. So I went long. So anyway, and there's a few trades here actually. You have Tesla followed by a entry into PDT. This is a long clip, just heads up. All right, because a lot happened in like 5 minutes. First was this trade, which worked out very well, followed by this trade on PDT, which I'm not going to go over because it was like a half-hearted, thought-out process on, you know, maybe a play against Baba would be to go long PDT, and I'm like, do I really want to hold over, you know, a long weekend and then wake up on Monday and something and then I got out of that. So it was just a half-hearted in and out. I'm not even going to go over that trade. But the first part of this was the Tesla. So I got in as we're coming up here. I got in at 10:01. So inside this candle, I thought if we broke this level right here, it's off to the races. And it kind of stalled out a little bit. Started coming up and it really didn't break it. And finally did break it. And I took 40 contracts with an average price of, let's just call it 435. And it kind of broke it, but it didn't really rip. And I was hand on the trigger to sell. And finally it did break out. It did break the high of the run, which was high of day at the time. And it finally did get the move up. And you know, that's about a $3 move. And as it came up and started hitting the upper Bollinger Band, I started selling. I sold 20 contracts at 530, so about a $2,000 winner there. I sold 10 contracts at 564, so another 1,300. And I held 10 to see what it could do. So, and I ended up selling those 10 almost immediately in this area, 10:05, right here, because I heard news on a stock called VFF. What I was trying to wait for on Tesla was that, you know, here we have our pop, here our pullback, candle over candle, and, you know, continuing in the run and just whatever. And I was going to hold through all this. But because I heard news on VFF, I immediately sold the rest of my Tesla for a gain of, I think, what, on the last lot, $400, right? Whatever, because I heard news on VFF. And I heard this on Benzinga. I use Benzinga Squawk. I've used it for years. I'm an affiliate of them. I pay for an annual membership every single year. I love it. I love it. I love it. Unfortunately, the way I record, you will not be able to hear the audio, but trust me, you'll see me buy like 16,000 shares of VFF based off of the news I heard. And the news was, I think it was Raymond James. Yeah, Raymond James is saying that VFF could be a buyout target for Canopy Growth, right? You have Raymond James, legit, obviously, in the world of finance, saying that this 66 million share float stock could be bought out. Okay. I flip over to it. I see that price was about at $11 when the news came out. I'm getting fills in at $11.40. I'm like, that's great. It's only moved 40 cents. Worst case scenario is I lose 40 cents. Like an absolute worst case, it goes back down to, you know, where it started. You know, realistically, I'm only going to lose maybe 20 cents. So I load up. I just start clicking the buy button. 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares. So I had a lot. Let's see, how many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 14,000 shares of this thing. I just kept buying it because the price, it really hadn't moved yet. And then it started to move. And I had a lot of shares at that point. And I was like, okay, I need to start taking some profit off of this. So I sold 4,000 shares at $11.59. So like 20 cents on 4,000. Nice profit, right? Sold another 4,000 shares at $11.61. Nice profit. Sold another 3,000 shares at $11.63. And then I sold another 1,500 shares at $11.84. And what else did I do? I think I sold the rest, the remaining 1,500 shares at $12.15. So it did go up to 13. I didn't capitalize on that. I really kind of wanted to hold 1,500 and see if it would go nutty. Just kind of ran out of gas, but made a crap ton of money on that trade. So that is going to be all in the so I'll run that now. You'll see the Tesla trade. You'll see me immediately sell the rest of the Tesla and go to VFF and make that play. I probably won't run the entirety of the VFF because that last 1,500 shares I sold like 10 minutes later, so I probably won't show that sell. Oof, it's all over the place. Oof, it's all over the place. Good Lord, that's not normal. There we go, that's better. Come on, push through the spot. Spreads suck. Man, the spreads suck. Come on. Come on, 65. Come on. 47. 47. 50. 60. Go. 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 85. Come on. You need to go. 82. Hey, there you go. There you go. Make mad money. Selling half. There we go. Am I green now? Oh yeah, baby, we're green. We're really green. That's a big level there. That's a big horizontal I had on the daily chart. Taking a little bit more. Now I can play with 10 contracts here. Just click the buy button. Nothing's gonna happen. There we go. Jeez. I won little Tesla hill. See if this 9 holds. This 9 holds, you get 1 minute candle over candle, you get another high day run. VFF. Buyout potential. I have a lot of shares, so I'm taking some off. Raymond James saying VFF is a buyout potential from Canopy Growth. I have 3,000 shares left. I'm gonna let them go. Stop limit, break even. 1136. Let it go. So this next trade on Tesla is just a typical pop pullback candle over candle, what I call the 1 minute setup here. It just happened here. So big pop, pullback candle, candle over candle, big pop, pop, pop. Here's a pullback candle because it stopped making new highs. This is a pullback candle, candle over candle entry right there. Oops, I meant to be a horizontal. Let's do horizontal. Right there. Target is high of the run, which is not very far away. Taking profit anytime over that. So I got in 20 contracts of this 655 at 548. Immediately jumped over these levels, broke both of them, got a nice pop up. Started to hit towards 659, whole dollar area. All whole dollars are resistance levels. They're just places where people put stop losses or they try to buy and break it. It's just a point of contention. And once we shot up to there, I was like, okay, it looks like it's going to break that, and I'll sell on the other side of that. And that's kind of what I did. Took half off on the immediate break. So I sold at 593 for almost 500 bucks. And then I sold the rest on the break there at 614. So nice gain there. What is that, like $700 there? So overall, like a $1,200 winner in under a minute. Gonna take it. There's the break. Does it go anywhere? Yes, it does. Selling for some profit. Selling's for $6.99. Big break there. Jeez, it is just going berserk. Selling rest. Nice. Come on. That thing's got a lot of space. It's got a lot of space now. All right, so this next trade is on Blink. Blink doing the daily candle over candle. He had a pop, pullback, and daily candle over candle. And we were near the high days here. It had this big pop, pullback, candle over candle, fail, pulled back, and I thought we were going to have a W pattern. ABCD pattern, W pattern, whatever you want to call it. Right? We had the failed move, didn't go high day, come back to support, and then rip, right? That's what I was looking for. I wonder if this lines up with a 5-minute play as well. What's this time slot? 9, 11, 10, 15? Yeah, sure does. So this is a 5-minute pop, pullback, candle over candle. What on here, what I was looking for on the 1 minute was a break of this level right here. This little failed spot, when it came back up to it, that previous resistance could be a breakout spot. And that's exactly what it did. It got the pop up here. So you had the failed move, test of support on this 9 EMA, came back up here. And this one, I was like in and out, in and out, in and out, like 3 times or so before it actually went. And you can kind of see that at 9:14, I thought it was going to go in this candle, right? I got in 2,000 shares, 51.60. It started coming back down. It didn't break this level first go. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to hold on any kind of pullback. So I stopped out, minus almost 30. So just under $600 loser. Then it comes right back up to this level. I'm like, oh my gosh, here it goes. So I get back right back in, 51.68. And then, let's see, comes right back down again. So I stop out immediately. Another 30-cent loser, another $600 loser. I'm like, son of a gun. So we get this pullback. And then we go, let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. So that second buy, I actually sold on this candlestick, right? Because it looked like it was going to come back down. But immediately as soon as I sold, it got a little 1 minute candle over candle here, which propelled it to break this level, which propelled it to break this level, which is high and day. So it'll make a lot more sense when you see the live run. But finally, I did get in for the break that I was looking for, and I sold through the break here. Took my profit. The last buy was in 51.60, and I sold it 52.21 for an 80-cent win on 1,000 shares, and 52.20. So about a $1,600 winner total off of this one move after I lost, almost $1,400, $1,200 trying to get it. Made it back on this. Unfortunately, just kind of chopped me out. But whatever. Green trade. Try it for that ABCD. Did it break it? Here's 70. Try again. 70 needs to go. It's the magic level. Nope, first go couldn't do it. I'll play it again if it gets there. It's the level. What is this? BLNK? 1 minute is up. 5 minutes up. Come on, baby. $51.50. Hidden sellers at $51.50. Not what I want to see. Candle under candles 51.14. Feel like it's gonna go there. Stop me out. Almost stopped me out. Let's see what happens here. 1 minute play is now 51.50, and that should slingshot me. That's what I'm looking for. That slingshot engaged. 1 minute Stokes getting weak. Probably needs to go on this push. It broke it. It did a 1 minute candle over candle. If it doesn't go here, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. If it gets to that level again, I'll take it, but... Oh, seriously, I'm out, you piece of junk. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's the freaking break. I knew it. I knew it. You had me for a second. I'll go 52. Should break this pretty easily, I think. There it is. Nice little move. Got back what I lost, probably a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. So this next trade on Tesla is a little frustrating because I stopped. Did I stop out with profit? I did, but it could have been a lot more. So this trade on Tesla, a couple things here. I had like an area, like a little double top here, or flat top. Call it flat top is probably a better way of describing it. Had some rising support, something like this. Actually, kind of do it more. I don't know. The main thing I was looking for was this break right here. It's like if we could break this area, we're going to go high a day, and if we go high a day, probably gets a nice pop, right? Just like it absolutely did. The problem is when I took the entry. Oh, okay. So why I took this entry when I did. So those are my breakout levels. Excuse me. What I had here was a little ABCD pattern that I took for my entry. Okay. The break of this little peak here was my entry to lead me to break these levels. That was the thesis. That was the thesis, I should say. I took the 655 calls, got in at 555, 20 of them. The problem is when I got in, I got everything I wanted. I broke. You can kind of see the high here is 659, the high here is 658.92, and the high here is 658.87. I broke these highs, and I was like, okay, it should go. And it didn't. It hit 659 and just kind of stalled out. I was like, I don't know, is it going to go? Is it going to go? And it kind of just stalled out. I didn't see the volume spike coming into it, right? The volume just wasn't there. I was like, oh, is this going to be just another test of this resistance and then just roll back over? So I stopped out with profit, $300 on the first lot and almost $500. So almost an $800 winner. Not bad, right? If I literally held a few seconds longer, I would have gotten the move that I was looking for. Break of that horizontal, break a high a day, and it would have been a $4,000 winner. But whatever. Can't complain. This 658.25. All right, I'm gonna try it. A little mini W that might lead me back up here. All right. All right. Got what I was looking for. 1 minute Stokes looks good. Can we get the breakthrough? 59? So I kind of got everything I was looking for. I'm gonna start scaling out. I just didn't get that 59 break. Maybe it does on the second go. Yeah. Did I just get out right before it's about to go? Yep. That's exactly what I just did. Now you're breaking this horizontal. Yeah. Okay. So this next trade is on Tesla again. This is let's get rid of all this stuff. This is now a pop, pullback, and then I'm looking for candle over candle entry, which happened right here. I got in for the break. The target is high of the run, just right there. I got all that. And I took profit on the other side a minute later. I thought I was going to break this 662, so I sold half. Let's see, I got in. I'm playing these 655 calls again. It doesn't matter really what strike. It's in the money, so they're going to pay a little bit better if I'm right. In this case, I felt take any in the money. I got in at 759, and I sold half at 824. So that's what, 70 cents ish, 60 something cents, $600. Sold the other half for a $20 loss because it hit this level, and that's where I sold half, and then it came down pretty hard. And on that, when it started coming down pretty hard, that's actually when I sold the second half, so I didn't make any money on it. But good little quick trade, literally $600 in 30 seconds. Can't complain. So we're gonna have a 1 minute down here. So, oh, son of a gun. So 150. Thought you could leave the station without me, huh? Thought you could leave the freaking station without me this time. No. Screw you. All right. All right, and this is the last trade I took in the first hour. Obviously, I'm up 10,800 right now, so I traded later on as the day went on. But in the first hour, this is what got me my 10K a day. This last trade here, I flipped to it. I had Tesla on a different screen. That's why you're like, oh, SJ, how'd you flip to this so quick and just buy immediately? It's because I have 3 monitors here, so I had Tesla dedicated to a big old chart right here. So what I saw was another 1 minute play here. So we had a pop, pullback, candle over candle that I played into last time. That was the last trade. And then we had the same exact thing. Pop, pop, pullback candle, candle over candle entry right here. Target, high of the run, profit over that. The thing about this trade was it didn't go immediately. And that's kind of one of my rule of thumbs is if I get in for a pop, pullback, candle over candle, when I get in on that candle over candle, it needs to go immediately. And you'll watch on this one, Tesla, when it gets up to the 620 or 662 level and just kind of like stalls. So I was like, okay, I'm about to stop out. And then just and then it went. It was just like, I don't know what you're waiting for, but the volume finally came in and I took profit for that. And that got me my 10K a day. So pretty simple trade. Pop, pullback, candle over candle. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say pop, pullback, candle over candle, come on in. Twitch is free. My Twitch stream, I trade every single day from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. Completely free. It is a free chat room with a lot of great traders. We had about 300 people on Christmas Eve in chat room today. We had another, I don't know. Oh, we got 2,000 people in Discord. You know, I don't know if they're all in there all at one time, but that's how many members we have. It's a big group, and it's really good for people that are trying to learn. For the established trader, we're always throwing good ideas to each other. I've made tons of money off of trades that people have recommended that I never saw. People make tons of money off the trades that I see that they never saw. It's a great community. Come on in, completely free. And that ends this Christmas Eve video. Have a very Merry Christmas. Remember, if you're in the freaking top 1% like I am this year, be sure to share the love this year. There's a lot of people hurting. It's a rough year, you know, and this is normally a great time for a lot of people, but you know, you never know with 2020 when people can't work and stuff. So be sure to share the love. Tip that dude that's working Christmas Eve at the cash register at your local grocery store, or whoever's working at the gas station on Christmas Day when you got to go out. You know, show a little love. You know, toss a $10, $20 bill towards them. Makes their day. People need it right now. Or even better yet, donate to a local charity that helps your community specifically, because it is a rough year, and we're fortunate enough to make a living day trading, and we don't really feel the effect of what the majority of, you know, our countrymen are feeling right now. So anyway, have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you all on Monday. You gonna go? $90. Needs to go. 90, 80, 62. Does not need to be selling off here. It's selling off. 89, 5. One more push. Come on. Before you die, just give me one more push. 5. 62. Yes. There we go. Make us some money. Not the rest. 10K freaking day.